Hey there. I'm hearing a lot of doom and gloom right now with the way the market is. Unfortunately, a lot of YouTube doomsdayers seem to think we're in the middle of some sort of crash, which is complete nonsense. So, in this video, I want to unpack a little bit about what's going on in the marketplace. And more importantly, if you're thinking about buying a house right now, what you need to know, and actually some of the great advantages we have in the market these days. So, first of all, let's talk about what's going on. So, you know, 2 years ago, we were having 10, 12, 13 offers a house, people going around the block at open houses. It was kind of nuts. And then it kind of stopped. So is that a crash or is it something temporary? Now, I think that mostly it's because of this. It's seasonality and rates rising. It's fall. It's getting cold. People don't buy as many houses in the fall and winter. That's just the fact of the matter. People are back in school. Anybody that has children doesn't want to move during the fall. And yeah, rates have risen. So there is that payment issue too. But it's temporary. We know that fall turns into winter, which turns into spring, which turns into summer. And so by next summer, that seasonality will be gone, obviously. And rates are going to go down. We don't know when, but they're going to go down. But so right now, we actually have what I consider a window of opportunity to purchase a home that we've not seen in a while. And, I always feel that it's best to buy when others are selling and sell when others are buying. And so when a lot of people are saying it's a bad time, it might actually be one of the best times. Think like a contrarian here and you will succeed. So first thing is you can always refinance later. Rates go up, rates go back down. Guess what? You can always refi it later. Now that doesn't mean to overpay or have just an incredibly high payment that you can't afford, because we have no guarantee of when the rates are going to come down. Are they going to come down mid 2024? Are they going to come down 2025? We just don't know. And even the experts have gotten this wrong, but it's going to go down the next couple of years. I can tell you that right now. We just don't know when. Next advantage right now is, what about the good old negotiation? We haven't seen negotiation in a while. Everybody was paying full price or paying over. But right now is a great time to negotiate. If you see a house you think it's overpriced, then fine. Figure out the price you want to pay for it and offer it. They just might take it. If you go on Zillow, you go on Realtor.com, you go on Redfin, any of those sites, they tell you how long the house has been on the market. So look at a house that's been on the market 30, 60, 90 days and be like, you know what? I like the house, but not at that price. Then tell them what price you do want to pay. And you never know. They just might take it because they got to make those mortgage payments. They are probably getting eager to sell to you, so negotiate. On top of that, get some seller concessions. Your realtor can help you with this, but there's something called a seller concession. A seller concession is where you get closing costs paid by your seller. So, for example, you get title fees, appraisal fees, underwriting fees, processing fees, pretty much any fee associated with a loan, you can get the seller to pay it. There are limits, whether you're doing VA, FHA, conventional. There are some limits on that. But it's a whole different video. But you can get concessions. And so instead of lowering the price, you get a concession, which would, on the next slide, reduce your cash to close. So you bring less money to the table. If you're doing VA or USDA, a zero down program, you might have zero money to bring to the table. It's really cool. Next thing to consider are temporary and permanent buy downs. Did you know you can buy down the rate? So if you see that 8% rate and you're freaking out, be like, you know what, I can buy it down. You can do a temporary buy down, which is basically a lower rate for a year or two, or you can do what's called permanent buy down. Permanent buy down is exactly what it sounds like. You permanently buy down the rate. Right now in this market, I actually prefer the temporary buy down. Temporary buy down is a seller concession where you get a credit from the seller towards your rate buy down. So, for example, if the rate buy down, say the payment difference was $200 a month, there would be an escrow account, and $200 a month from that escrow account would go towards your mortgage payment. And so it can actually do a lot of good to help you decrease that monthly cash flow that you got going on, so you can actually increase it in other areas and make that higher interest rate less painful. So if you need help with temporary permanent buy downs, definitely reach out to me, because I know a lot about how to set that up. And we got, because I'm a full service broker, we have lenders that will allow those for sure. Next one's more of a VA trick. Get the seller to pay your debts. Did you know on a VA loan that you can actually get the seller to pay your other debts. So say you have a car payment of $350, or am I kidding, $500 a month. You can actually get the seller to pay that for you and pay that off. And why you're thinking, why the hell I want the seller to pay my debts? Well, if you're trying to cash flow and maybe you're making a higher payment, your mortgage payment's gonna be higher than your rent, but you have another debt that is impacting your cash flow. Say you get a $5,000 seller credit and pay off that car note, and all of a sudden you've freed up that cash flow, then that higher mortgage payment won't be as painful. This is on VA only, so it's one of the benefits of VA home loan program. But and you do have to write it into the contract. You have to use very, very specific language on it. But if you need help with that, reach out to me. I know how to help you with that as well. The other one that people aren't considering that they really need to are renovation loans. Did you know that there are different renovation products? You can get a VA renovation loan, get an FHA conventional renovation loan, you get conventional renovation loan, you get USDA renovation loan. There are renovation products for every mortgage type. Now, the rules are different. The downside of the renovation loan that's a problem in a hot market is that they do take longer to close or kind of a pain in the butt to do. And so when it's a really hot market, people don't want to do renovation loans because they're like, oh, great, one more thing to deal with. We're going to have a 60-day closing, blah, blah, blah. We have to go deal with a contractor and all that kind of stuff. Well, now that things have slowed down, the sellers are like, you know what? We will take any deal we can get. And if it's a renovation loan with a 45 or 60-day closing, let's do it. Now, as a buyer, one of the great benefits of renovation loans is all of a sudden it opens up all new possibilities. You see that house that looks pretty good, but has all kind of weird damage on it. You can get a renovation loan to fix that damage. You see that house, you're like, oh man, if that kitchen, that bathroom was nicer, I would love to buy this house. The location's great, the size is great, but this and this and this needs to be fixed. Renovation loans can help you. And I have all the renovation products. I'm a full service mortgage broker and have all kinds of different things I can help you with. Again, my name is Carlos. If you have any questions about mortgage lending, feel free to give me a call, 937-572-3713. Talk to you soon. Bye.